Needful Things. Stephen King's Needful Things. Yeah, this movie based on a short story from Stephen King. It's from 1993. It stars Max von Sydow, it stars Ed Harris and Bonnie Bedelia. And Ananda Clunner and JT Walsh. It's got a decent cast. It does have a decent cast. And the movie itself, well, let's get into it. It's a story about temptation, manipulation, and why you should never trust a man who suddenly opens an antique shop overnight in your small town. Especially when the shop sells Nurder and Nahen. Die one creepy trinket now, get one soul-sucking curse later. Speaking of which, is there a tagline? Yet, die now, till later. Okay, so here's the setup. Max von Sydow, playing Leland Gaunt, comes to the small town of Castle Rock, opens up a shop which sells anything. So much potential. Yeah. I was excited to watch this movie. I'd never read the book, I'd never seen the movie, and then I found it and thought, oh, I always wanted to see that when I was a teenager. It sounds great. Because you know what it's going to be. People go into a shop, they get whatever they've always wanted, and then they have to pay a deadly price. So badly executed. Well, we'll talk about it. So the store is called Needful Things, and it is somewhere where people can get exactly what they want. But there's a catch. There's always a catch. I once thought a genuine monkey's taw that now every time I make a wish, someone in Toland gets the nosebleed. Worth it. Okay. It starts off with Gaunt giving people what they want in exchange for small favours, like pranking their neighbours. Yeah, this kid, Billy, I think it's Billy.
It's Brian.
He goes in, he's the first customer, and he gets a Daysel card signed by Nicky Nantle. The card of his dreams. And then Leland Gaunt says to him, go and throw Nud at this crazy lady's house. Throw Nud at her washing, throw stones at her windows, smash all her windows, it'll be hilarious.
And it was.
Yeah, so this 60-year-old man just wants people to attack their neighbours. Yeah, that this harmless trank leads to the so-called crazy lady blaming another town resident, a lady she doesn't like, called Nettie, and the crazy lady, whose name is Walna, she goes and kills Nettie's dog and skins it alive and hangs it upside down for Nettie to find when she goes home. Yeah, it goes a bit far. Yes, it does. Walna and Nettie end up having a knife fight.
You killed my doggy, you bitch! You broke my microwave, you crazy!
And killing each other? What kind of harmless trank is this? Before you know it, the whole town is plunged into chaos. There's a minister and a priest who don't like each other. One of the churches burns down. The main character's Ed Harris as Alan. He's the lead character. He's the main character, and his name's Alan. Yeah.
Alan.
Well, Alan and his new fiancée, Polly, Donnie Dedelia, they're kind of onto Leland Gaunt. Kind of. Yeah, she still goes and takes a necklace from him, and when she tries to remove the necklace, all her bones start to crack. Seems like she's cursed. Yeah, but then later on, she takes the necklace off and nothing happens. Yeah, it's a bit strange. But the price she pays for that necklace, what she doesn't actually want, is to have sex with the old man. Yeah. But when everyone's gone crazy, the Turge meets the Antiques Roadshow. Well, when we're talking about the characters, and we're talking about Ed Harris and Alan, the sheriff, he is the one guy trying to hold the whole town together. He's the one guy that doesn't take anything from the store. Yeah, because it seems everyone else in the town takes something. The fools. Max von Sydow seems to be enjoying himself as the devious Gaunt. He's charming, he's sinister, he knows what everyone wants and how to get it for them, and he knows what they'll pay. Yeah, he's like Anna's in Frine, except evil. Well, more evil. Bonnie Bedelia, yeah, she doesn't really get to do that. She gets into her draft for Max von Sydow, and she's basically early 90s lady. Concerned, confused, endangered. You know the type. Yeah. Did this feel like a Stephen King movie to you? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, same. It taps into the usual themes from Stephen King. Greed, lust, guilt, temptation, small town. He loves a small town, that guy. Creaky old men, evil shots, Beatleneck, dad decisions, the usual Stephen King stuff. Yeah.
Pretty much.
That little boy who sold his soul for a Daystall card, yeah, Brian or Billy or how it's called, yeah.
It's Brian. Oh.
Leland Gaunt writes his name down and then kisses it. Yeah, it's a bit weird. Anyway, basically we find out Leland Gaunt's the devil. The people in this town are crazy though. Imagine going to hell and they're like, so how did you get here? Well, I snatched a commemorative Elvis Presley plate. Yeah. The film does have pacing issues. I think it tries to pack in too much, too many characters, too many plot lines, and it's only got such a limited runtime. And some subplots just sort of fizzle out because of this. Yeah, there are like 37 townspeople and they all want revenge. And the tone shifts a lot. Sometimes it's campy and fun and comical, and then other times it's deadly serious. And it's not a smooth transition, it just seems to jump from one to the other. Yeah, 1 minute a nan is being suggested by a lampshade, and then the next there's a full-on brawl in a church with meat cleavers. Pick a lane, people! But the movie culminates with one of the characters in the movie, JT Walsh's Buster. Oh yeah, he turns up, the whole town's there to confront Gaunt, and they're all like, hey you're crazy, you're evil, you're bringing bad stuff to this town. So, JT Walsh, Buster, he turns up with a suicide jacket. Yeah, he's wearing a bomb vest. He reveals it, he says this is going to blow up the entire town, and then he calls Gaunt a sucker, and then tackles him through the window to his shop. Yeah, the explosion happens, the bomb goes off, and only the shop is destroyed. Yeah, he did say that bomb would destroy the whole town, and still everyone stands and watches. But then Gaunt just leaves the shop, unharmed, unscathed, gets out into the car, and drives off. He says, well, Sheriff, I'll see your son in 2056. I look forward to making headlines with him. Grandson. So what are your final thoughts on Needful Things? Yeah, you don't need it. Not at all. It's just not as exciting as I thought it was going to be. It's a bit boring. It's really messy and confused. It's not the best Stephen King. It's not. We've watched a couple of Stephen King movies on this channel, and yeah, this has been my least favourite so far. It's rubbish. Maybe it should have been an episodic thing, like, you know, TV movie, where you get like North Stace and North Town to get to know all the 37 characters. Yeah, maybe. Anyway, that's Needful Things. Have you got any trivia? Oh yes, okay. So Castle Rock is a fictional town created by Stephen King, and it's a setting for a lot of his small town stories. Alright, and also it's the name of the production company for Stephen King Productions. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, this movie is the only one to be set in and produced by Castle Rock. Alright, that's very good, very good. Anything else? Yep. We see like a list of Leland Gaunt's victims in the past. One of them is Nelson Mandela. What? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that's Needful Things from 1993. Hit like, hit subscribe, watch another video. Let us know what you think. Join us on Patreon.